Hey everyone, welcome to BI23, where bioinformatics is made easy and clear. So today, I'm super excited because we're talking about something that I know a lot of you have been thinking about, bioinformatics jobs. Like, where do you actually find them? How much can you make? Which companies are hiring? This is part one of a two-part series. Today we're covering types of bioinformatics jobs, salaries, which companies are actively hiring and where to actually find them. And then in part two, we'll dive into what education you need to have, skills you need, how to build an amazing portfolio, and how to actually get hired. So let's jump right in. Let me show you some quick stats that'll blow your mind. First up, bioinformatics has 34% job growth by 2034. That means they're expecting around 82,500 new jobs in this field in the next decade. That's huge. The median salary, we're looking at around $180,000 per year. And honestly, some positions go way higher than that. And here's what I love. The job security in this field is really solid. This isn't one of those fields where you're constantly worried about your job disappearing. Healthcare and biotech, they're always going to need us. So yeah, the numbers look pretty good, right? So what kind of jobs are we talking about? Because bioinformatics is actually a pretty broad field. The main one is bioinformatics scientist. This is like your core research position where you're conducting research, developing algorithms, analyzing biological data, the whole package. Then there's computational biologist, which is pretty similar, but usually more focused on theoretical modeling and understanding biological systems through computation. You've also got bioinformatics analyst roles. These are a bit more on the data processing side. You're working with research teams, analyzing genomic data, generating reports from complex data sets. Bioinformatics engineer is another path, and that's more on the technical side. You're building data pipelines, developing software tools, optimizing computational workflows, really making sure the infrastructure runs smoothly. There are also research scientist positions, usually in academic settings or research centers, where you're leading studies and publishing findings. And then, this is getting really popular, data scientist positions specifically in biotech companies. These roles apply machine learning and AI to biological problems, often focused on drug discovery or diagnostics. Each role has a different focus, but they all combine biology knowledge with strong computational skills. So there's definitely something for everyone, depending on what you enjoy more. All right, let's get into what everyone really wants to know. How much can you actually make? So it really depends on your experience level. Let me break it down for you. If you're just starting out, maybe you've got your bachelor's or master's degree and you're fresh into the field, you're typically looking at somewhere between $67,000 to $95,000 a year. Now, some companies pay even higher. I've seen entry-level positions going from $60,000 all the way up to $138,000, but that really depends on the company and where you're located. Once you hit mid-career, we're talking like 3 to 7 years of experience. You're jumping up to around $96,000 to $130,000. So that's a pretty nice bump. And if you stick with it and become a senior level scientist, especially if you've got a PhD and you've been in the field for 7 or more years, you can make anywhere from $130,000 to over $256,000 annually. The median across all levels sits around $180,000 to $198,000, which is significantly better than a lot of traditional biology roles. Oh, and location matters a ton. If you're in places like San Francisco, Boston, San Diego, or Cambridge, basically the big biotech hubs, you can expect to make 20 to 40% more because of the cost of living and the concentration of companies there. All right, now let's talk about where you can actually work. Which companies are hiring? Let's start with Big Pharma. These are the heavy hitters. Genentech, which is part of Roche Group, is consistently one of the top-paying companies. They do amazing work in oncology and immunology. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals, they're doing massive AI and machine learning initiatives right now. Really cutting-edge stuff. AbbVie has extensive bioinformatics teams working on everything from immunology to oncology. Pfizer, I mean, you definitely know them. They've got large-scale genomics and drug discovery programs. Eli Lilly is growing their computational biology divisions like crazy. Takeda offers international opportunities if you're interested in working abroad. Gilead Sciences has strong oncology bioinformatics programs. AstraZeneca is investing heavily in precision medicine right now. Novo Nordisk focuses on diabetes and metabolic diseases. Super interesting research. And Amgen, they're biotech pioneers with really robust data science teams. All of these companies offer competitive salaries, cutting-edge research opportunities, and honestly, really good career growth potential. But it's not just big pharma. There are some amazing biotech and tech companies doing incredible things. Illumina is the leader in genomics technology. If you're into sequencing and genomics, this is like the dream place. 23andMe. Yeah, the consumer genetics company. They also do a ton of research and they're hiring. Thermo Fisher Scientific provides all the life sciences tools and services, so they need tons of bioinformatics support. Then you've got companies like Tempus AI doing AI-powered precision medicine with absolutely massive datasets. Flatiron Health focuses on cancer care and real-world evidence. Ancestry, similar to 23andMe. Genetic genealogy plus health insights. Benchling is building the R&D cloud platform that biotech companies actually use. Recursion Pharmaceuticals is doing AI-driven drug discovery in a really innovative way. And honestly, there are so many startups popping up right now. Companies like Dyne Therapeutics, Apogee Therapeutics, Illumis, Maze Therapeutics, they're all rapidly hiring and doing really cool stuff. Don't forget about research institutions either. These can be incredible places to work. The Broad Institute, which is a collaboration between Harvard and MIT, is basically a genomics research powerhouse, absolutely world-class. Stanford Genomics Center is doing cutting-edge research. Mayo Clinic has excellent clinical bioinformatics programs. Cleveland Clinic is big in precision medicine. Memorial Sloan Kettering focuses on cancer genomics. And the National Institutes of Health, the NIH, offers government research positions which come with great benefits and job security. Universities are also hiring extensively. If you like the idea of academic freedom and teaching while doing research, that's definitely a path worth considering. Okay, so now you know what are job types which companies are hiring. But where do you actually find these job postings? Let me give you the best platforms. For specialized job boards, biospace.com is the go-to for life sciences. They have dedicated bioinformatics sections. I literally check this site all the time. FarmyWeb Jobs is another good one specifically for pharmaceutical and biotech positions. LinkedIn is obviously huge. You can filter by bioinformatics, set your location, and filter by specific companies. Indeed and Glassdoor are also great. Glassdoor is especially useful because you can research salaries while you're job hunting. ZipRecruiter has a good variety of openings too. Now here's a pro tip. Don't just rely on job boards. Go directly to company career pages. Places like Genentech, Illumina, Regeneron, they often post positions on their own websites before they show up on job boards. For academic positions, check out higheredjobs.com, Academic Keys, and individual university career portals. And honestly, networking is huge. Attend conferences like ISMB, Recom, or ASHG. Join LinkedIn groups for bioinformatics. Connect with people actually working in the field. And if you contribute to open-source bioinformatics projects on GitHub, that's not just portfolio building. You're also meeting people in the industry. Oh, and set up job alerts. Most of these sites let you create alerts with your specific criteria, so new jobs come straight to your email. Total game changer. All right, so that's part one. We covered the job market, the types of positions available, salaries, which companies are hiring, and where to find these jobs. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, but what education should I complete? What skills do I actually need? How do I build a portfolio? How do I make my resume stand out? Don't worry, that's exactly what we're covering in part two. In the next video, I'm going to walk you through the essential technical skills, Python, R, all that stuff. I'll show you how to build a portfolio that actually gets you noticed. We'll talk about tailoring your resume specifically for bioinformatics roles interview prep, and my top tips for actually landing these jobs. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss part 2. It's going to be super practical, and honestly, that's where we get into the real nitty-gritty of how to actually get hired. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up. Drop a comment below and let me know what do you think about this field or any recommendations for the next videos. All right, I'll see you in part 2. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, and keep learning.